Richland and Ashland County. You're like, what's going on? There's no rain outside right now, but I see a ton of green on my TV set. Guess what this is? These are dragonflies that we are seeing and detecting on radar. Literally swarms of dragonflies is what we're seeing from Sandusky down toward Mansfield, Holmes County down towards Tuscarawas County. It's kind of disgusting and gross. Of course, their migration season taking place, and they're moving right through Northeast Ohio as we speak.
On my phone. I don't think trampolines are supposed to be like that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Just saying for a friend.
What this is, these are dragonflies.
I just love his smug. These are dragonflies. Like he's saying some type of, Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of mythical thing is happening. I mean, what if dragonflies are dragons?
Rain outside right now, but I see a ton of green on my TV set. Guess what this is? These are dragonflies that we are seeing and detecting on radar. Literally swarms of dragonflies is what we're seeing from Sandusky down toward Mansfield, Holmes.
Hey, love to the family of Mansfield. Battle up. We in battle time. I mean, all this green's supposed to be the radar detection of dragonflies, man. And this was just published, I think, yesterday. Dragonflies on the radar. September 12th, man. Hey, man, love to Yohanatan Hebrew Prince. You know what I mean? I guess when you start to see clearly, it all starts making sense, man. Yeah, we got cut off. So this is 10B. This is Physics of Our Creator. Ancient knowledge, true chronology. I keep getting cut off, man. I might have to, I'll figure this out. I'm trying things new for y'all, man. I'm just trying to be fancy. Love to Natural by Law. Wonderful presentation, my bro. The Dragonfly perspective is only for those in a natural flow frequency. And energy is energy. And the Creator gave us our channel. And we're all the way tuned in. Tribe up. We're just talking Dragonfly perspective. We are the Most High time and agenda. We need not to worry. We're on the Most High's time and agenda. We need not to worry. He is the Creator. He will fix everything when he is ready. So many lies, even the lies got lies, and so many false documentation. It's insane. We need to focus on getting back in the good grace for all the wrong we did to him. Most High, help us all. Love to CC Mantis. Natural by Law, what it do? Love to Marquille Domain 360 degrees. This was a great video Monday at work. A dragonfly was flying over our heads. My coworker tripped out like, what is it? I said, a dragonfly. Thanks for confirmation and the information of the dragonfly symbolizing change. Don't stop the drop. Hey, hi, Marquille. Love to Sister Tammy Washington. Does anyone else see dragonflies flying around? Hey, Sister Tammy, apparently, Sister Tammy.
Ashland County, you're like, what's going on? There's no rain outside right now, but I see a ton of green on my TV set. Guess what this is?
Listen up.
These are dragonflies.
Sister Tammy, everybody's seeing dragonflies, Sister Tammy. And what does it have to do with the real spill? The real reality of who we are, where we live, or what we do, where we're going, where we've been. What does it got to do with it all? You keep saying they were there from the beginning. I asked my coworker about gravity, Being a theory, he tried to argue how it is still a fact, even though they say theory, relativity theory, he said. So that's a different type of theory. It's relativity theory. Oh man, you guys. Then the Einstein and the Michelson part came up. LOL, I told him where he got the relativity theory from and why he called it that. He just walked off saying, why would I care? That's what happens, man, when you start to break through, all the spell. It's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? They really think they right. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Love to my bro, Brian McClure. Oh, that was a soupe up there, Brian McClure. And the Ruach, spirit of Hawaii, was hovering over the face of the waters. And Hawaii said, let land there, water, be, air, light, ether. That's cold. 4 sons who were given the ability by them to create. I still go back to them frequency drives, man. Brian McClure surfing the wave, for real, for real. Love to you, bro. Boring Khan, out of this world, pun intended. Once again, Ak, you are in the cutting edge of information producer. Love the Dragon series, the Wada. Boring Khan, AI, all praise our creator, Hawaii. Let go, man. You already know Darren Walker's in the building. Let's get this one right here. He said, how in the hell do they land? Either against, at, when? When does the plane accelerate to speed to catch up with the solid lead to land? All right, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. He's talking about the planes landing, I believe, but he's talking orientation. He says spinning upon descent. Yeah, it makes everyone a little tongue tied, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't really know why we have believed, in the matrix and the illusion for so long. I see at least 3 a day in the past month. How many did you say a nigga knocker have? I don't know. I just know that every knocker got a dragon. Ty Battle know that. I don't something to be in possession of another knocker's dragon. Hey, your Dracan is your frequency, energy, vibration. You just gonna have to dig on it, bro. You just gonna have to dig on it. Oh man, we're just getting some great drop from this frequency of the Creator series, and apparently Drop Nation really appreciates it because it really does lead us to the water, man. You're saying you see all these dragonflies kick it with the water so cold. It really does lead us to the water. You're killing them. Drop love the street music media, most high. I said, Amen, Drop Nation. Here we all day. Hey, love to you, man. Hunter 4D. Even with chakras, the heart chakra is the point of inertia. We can go a little deeper if we think on it. Look at the word heart. Let's rearrange the letters and try earth when you move the H from one end to the other. Oh, now we're talking English. Now we're talking a spell. Hey, man, let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Drop Nation got the drop. All right, man. Let's just get this chronology drop, and then we're going to get a few more, presentations for the dismount. Put it like that. Now, again, if you don't got this medieval empire, the Israelites, holla at me, man. Let's just rap about it. Let's rap a taste. Hit me up, 432thedrop@gmail.com or music at 432thedrop.com. All right, man, let's get over to page 67, man. Let's see what's happening over here. We're just talking true chronology. This is the part we keep getting cut off on. We got to talk true chronology because there's a fake chronology. Until you acknowledge that you're in the matrix and this thing called time and how they're throwing the timeline back and forth and giving you a false chronology. Let's just pick it up right here with the conclusion, man. And you get the drop. This book costs $999 for a reason. Let's talk these new chronologies. The conclusion of the new chronologies are thus the overwhelming mass of historical testimonies which have reached our time. The overwhelming mass of historical testimonies which have reached our time The overwhelming mass of historical testimonies. So most of history which have reached our time describes events that happened after 1200 AD. I know there's a lot in the BCs that you want to bring up. There's a lot of empires you want to bring up. But most overwhelming mass of historical testimonies which have reached our time describe events that happened after 1200s AD. Very little has been preserved well from the 10th to 12th centuries. This segment of written history has been forged to a significant degree. The history of Eurasia up into the 16th century, as it were, has been cobbled together from several reiterated duplicates, phantoms, reflections, original medieval chronicles, which have been shifted in both time and space relative to each other. Adherents of the new chronology have been able, with a high degree of reliability, to single out 3 time shifts in the past of the original European chronicles. The ancient Greek is really ancient European. Yeah, man. Shifts amount to approximately 1,800 years. So now something's happening in the 1200s. They pushed it back 1,800 years. Now you're in the BCs, and now you can't understand why King David, Prester John, all this is going on. Recently, King David is in the 1200s and not the BCs. That is, events of the 14th century are attributed to more than 1,000 years ago. So they take it from the 14th century, throw it back to around 300. Now you got Moses the Black. In the traditional historiography, the all European, Christian, or Roman shift displays 1,050 years. That is the birth of Christus. We're just talking Joshua, not the reflection, was much closer to 1,000 years ago. Now you got Quetzalcoatl. Let's go. Then to 2000, and finally the Byzantine shift of 300 years, the imaginary transfer of the capital of Roman Empire to Constantinople, or Mosaka, or Mossack. We're going to get on that Mossack the founder. Mossack the founder, Moshe, the real Moshe, popping up in the Byzantine. You dig? Now this is interesting, man. Especially when you connect the Moshe with the Anan ben David, who wrote the code, Sefer HaMitzvot, Book of Precepts. The main result of the work of Anatoly Fomenko and his colleagues in the creation of the global chronological chart, an original conception of the reconstruction of worldwide history has been developed based on it. In recent times, it has found support and confirmation in the works of Bulgarian professor Jordan Tabov, German professors Heribert Illig and Gunnar Henson, French historian Robert Caratini, and others. At the same time, the French linguist Emily Benevisti developed the strictly scientific word-idea-thing method, which allowed him to argue the uniformity of the process of the development of linguistic and social culture on all the Eurasian geographic space and the time interval of approximately 2,500 years. So all that long history can now be, put into a concise framework. You're really just talking after 1200s. Settling on these and other works, adherents of the new chronology, Igor Davidinko and Yasarov Kessler, came to the conclusion that modern civilization from the primitive in the 9th century to the blooming of the 15th century developed consecutively as a single whole. So all the stuff that you think is linear is really consecutive, not concurrent, consecutive from the 16th century, when, thanks to the growth of manufacturing, a significant surplus of product appeared and market relationships began to form, and the man-caused schism of mankind, which continues even through today, was begun with the formation of nations and national states. The pre-Christian period moved from the traditional chronology deep into the centuries. In fact, it's separated from us by some 800 to 900 years. Time shifts. That's why you got to dig in between the timelines to search for Prester John. This was not that long ago, and indeed from it, all our achievements of today derive after the 800s, 900s, 1200s. All of our achievements of today derive from this time period that they call medieval, dark. This area was the foundation of our material and cultural existence, the time called by the adherents of the traditional chronology the Dark Ages. Now you see clearly. Through the dark, you see clearly. Centuries of barbarism, that is the outburst of savagery and wildness after a supposedly golden age. That's you people, that's Israel, that's the golden age, or the golden horde, or the horde of the order, the golden order, your law. Concocted antiquity is in fact a time of a slow advance movement forward and accumulation of knowledge, of experience in mankind's painful but fruitful spiritual gas, man. You're talking time shifts. Remember, they just gave you all the drop to, seek in between the timelines and get the drop out and put the story back together, put Humpty Dumpty back together. 3 time shifts, 1,800 years. You dig? Then you got the 1,050 year. Then you got the 300-year shift. Mainly, this is what's popping. Man. All right, man. So we falling back. I want to get a little drop on this Fibonacci. Now that we can get a little orientation popping off. We can now get back in our spiral. So we can put, this particular frequency back, within ourselves. Just remember like the bro natural tells you.
My name is O, which is the Hebrew word.
And dodge the hijack, man. Let's go. Yeah, so we can put the frequency back within us, just to the forefront. We're just trying to get it all focused in the forefront. Can I please skip this hijack? 101. All right, it's only a couple minutes long. This has to do with the spiral, the importance of the 9. All right, so once you find yourself between the timelines, you might want to overstand the 9. It's all relative.
The sequence begins with the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21.
Hold up, man. Dodge a little step.
34, and continues indefinitely.
So let's go.
The sequence begins with the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and continues indefinitely. Each number is obtained by adding the last 2 digits together. If we were to take a perfect or golden rectangle, break it down into smaller squares based on Fibonacci's sequence, and divide each with an arc, the patterns begin to take shape. We begin to see Fibonacci's spiral. The spiral in and of itself is insignificant. Its importance is revealed in where we find it. Take, for example, the sunflower. The display of its florets are in perfect spirals of 55, 34, and 21. The sequence of Fibonacci. The fruitlets of the pineapple create the same spiral based on the sequence. The pine cone does the same. As currents move through the ocean and the tide rolls onto the shore, the waves that bring in the tide curve into a spiral that can be mathematically diagrammed onto a plot at the points 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. Buds on trees, sand dollars, starfish, petals on flowers, and especially the nautilus shell are formed with this exact same blueprint. With each segment of growth, the nautilus adds to itself one more value on Fibonacci's scale.
And remember, you got this in your ear, the cochlear, right inside of your ear is the same exact spiral. So when we tune our music back to the 9, the 4, 3, 2, and we stay around that Fibonacci flow, you know what I'm saying, which we showed you the scale in the previous drop in part number 9. You can go get all those links where you can see the Fibonacci scale, how you tune your music from the A chord, or you could be in the heart frequency, you could be in the throat frequency, you know what I'm saying? You can do all that, but all on the same scale, all on the same nines. And what's the deal with these nines? It is the spiral. It is the portal. Let's go.
This blueprint can be seen around us on a small scale every day, but the greatest example of all is directly above our heads. At an average of 100,000 light years across, even the spiral of the galaxies above us are formed with the exact design that the tiny shell is formed.
Dragon
This
flitter
appears to be the trademark of a designer.
It's the trademark of a designer. So, you know, they don't want you to be back in the frequency of the designer, the frequency of the creator, of the Ha, of the Wa. And we got a piece of this. I just want to give a piece more. You know, we're just surfing the wave.
Is about numbers. Numbers are the secret to everything. In Hebrew, each letter
Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go.
possesses a numerical value.
Gematria. All right, so let's see if this is the part I want. Yeah, you know, let's just run it. Let's run it. If they
It's
notice.
called gematria. Gematria is the substitution for letters of the Hebrew alphabet. The number 9 is the signature of Hashem. Now let's take the first human being that was created, Adam. Adam was considered the most perfect in creation in every single way. Adam represents the number system of 1 to 9. Because if you add up all the numbers from 1 to 9, it will equal 45. And Adam in Gematria also equals 45. Aleph is 1. Dalet is 4. And Mem is 40. That equals 45. And 4 plus 5 is 9. Truth in Hebrew is emet. And emet in Hebrew is 400 plus 40 plus 1, which equals 441. 4 plus 4 plus 1 equals 9. The whole world is about numbers. Now see this. Take any number and add 9 to it. Any number. It will always yield the same number. Example 5 plus 9 equals 14. And 1 plus 4 equals 5. The same number we started with. It works with any number. Try it. Now take any number and multiply it by 9. The sum will always equal 9. Example, 9 times 5 equals 45 and 4 plus 5 equals 9.
All right, let's get it from here. Let's get it from here.
Water in Hebrew is ma'im and equals 9. 40 plus 10 plus 40 equals 90, which is 9. 0 is not counted.
So that 9 is the water.
And water means life. The first line in the 10 Commandments is 9 words. Shabbat in Gematria equals 9. 300 plus 2 plus 400 equals 702. And 7 plus 2 equals 9. Friday night we eat special food to celebrate Shabbat, such as fish, meat, wine, candles, halal. And note, each of these also equals 7. For the 7th day of the week, Shabbat. The words mother and father in Hebrew both equal the same number as child. 3 equals dad. Mat equals 41. And 3 plus 41 equals 44, and child in Hebrew is 44. Can this be a coincidence? There are no coincidences in life. The world was created with the utmost precision. Have you ever looked behind a computer program? A computer program is made out of a bunch of numbers and letters, and is designed to give instructions to a program or a machine.
Is it a simulation? We're going to get back in that simulation job, man. Let's go.
God created the world, the universe, and everything in it, with the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Just like a computer program, it looks nice from the outside.
3, 2.
Hold on.
But if you look behind, at the code, it's just a bunch of letters and numbers.
I mean, letters and numbers, man. So that's when we talk about, breaking the code, right? Breaking the spell, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the, like the bro, Philip Valentine always say, light code frequency lockdown. They got us in the light code frequency lockdown. You got to break that light code. You got to break through that lockdown. You know what I mean? And the order, the Shabbat, when you do all this, when you're in the flow, you know what I'm saying, is breaking out that crazy 8 loop. You know what I'm saying? There's a higher ether to go. Let's break it down. Let's go.
Everything adds to 9, 3, and 6. Polarize everything. In vortex math, everything adds to 9, 3, and 6. Polarize everything, and 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 describe the physical world. Therefore, 3, 6, and 9 are not physical, but govern the physical world at the quantum level.
So again, we got a piece of this. You have to understand that when you talk 3, 6, and 9, you're not talking physical.
This is most easily understood by examining sound, where different sounds exist at different frequencies or vibrations.
440, 432, they're putting it right in your face. What side are you on? You got to choose up. You got to get out the loopy loops. You got to break free. You see how this 440 has this, it's like imprisoned, caught up in this middle earth, right? It's almost looks like a crescent, but that's the hijack. What it is, it's just like an open palm, like it's open, closed, open, shackle, closed, shackle, broke. Let's go.
And the understanding that all things living are vibrational, 8-dimensional. Vibrational frequency is the key to understanding the universe. If you are more than a third-dimensional thinker, wanting to involve yourself on the lower levels through world conflicts, fear television, tell live vision, and all the other fear propaganda designed to have you scared and ready to take up arms and sit in a panic state, waiting, thinking of nothing but the worst possible outcomes. Everything is energy. Everything we could see, hear, touch, taste, and smell is made up of different wavelengths, vibrating at different frequencies. Our brain is like a translator and has the ability to interpret these frequencies into what we perceive to be our physical reality. So we interpret an energy cluster as a chair, or a tree, or another person. We perceive them as physical or solid, but break them down to their most smallest particles, and they are all just energy. There are non-physical energies as well. Of course, our thoughts, for example, are different vibrations. Every time we think a thought, you send out that thought-specific vibration. If a thought makes you feel good, if it's a positive thought, it's vibrating at a higher frequency. If a thought makes you feel bad, if it's a negative thought, it's vibrating at a lower frequency. So
Control your thoughts.
Has a much lower frequency.
So Vanessa told Texas told you to control your robbers. To get them robbers out your head. The evil wild beast. The wild beast, all the thoughts, is your frequency. Control your freak.
And I love you, for example. The more focus you give on a thought, the more thoughts of the same vibration will join it. This is the law of attraction in action. Like attracts like. As the vibration grows, it becomes stronger, more stable, more able to attract other equal frequencies. The more attention you pay to a subject, the easier it becomes to think about.
If you think 9 is just a number, you're talking about the noon, the N-U-N. Son of Noon, the 9. Dig on them 9 worthies with the Templar. Let's go. You are in for a big surprise, even for more interesting. There is something about it that most people and scientists don't know. As you will soon discover, there is a hidden code. Man, we're just trying to get that code. We're talking the Voynich manuscript, you dig? A hidden code that reveals the greatest truth of all and is encoded into the construction of our universe, affects our lives, called the 9 code.
And the more evidence you see in your world supporting your thoughts about it. If you think the world is a terrible place, and spend a lot of time watching negative news, looking for horrible and sad stories in the paper, and spending hours talking to others about how the world is going downhill, more stories supporting this worldview will literally find you. Whenever you meet someone who thinks the world is a wonderful place, they're probably going to annoy you. The energy of their thoughts is completely foreign to you, 8-dimensional. In memory of Nikola Tesla.
That's going hella fast. Let's get it from here for the dismount. Before we start, you must know that numbers were not invented but discovered.
If imaginary numbers are at the heart of quantum mechanics, then presumably they are an inherent part of the universe. Or are they merely a mathematical construct? In other words, were imaginary numbers discovered or invented?
Oh, well, that's the key question. One of the key questions in the philosophy of mathematics. Mathematicians don't like to admit it, but if you look back at the history of mathematics, a lot of important mathematics was developed because it seemed to be a pattern or a game that nature or God also plays, not just a game that one mathematician invented one Sunday afternoon when he had nothing to do.
The number 9 is the last number in the base 10 system, which is the last and the limit of all that is. 9 is a number which has many interesting qualities that other numbers do not have, and has been used to hold a hidden code that affects every person on Earth, man. The spiral. Drakan, Kwan. Nine is all digits and none of them. All things, right? This represents the creator, everything. And yet nowhere, right? Let's go. Pay attention. Get the drop, break the code, break the spell. Oh, why is everywhere, yet nowhere. Now you got the Star of David, tetrahedron, platonic solids. However you look at it, you're only talking 9. Merkaba. Oh yeah, we gotta get back in that spirit science, thinking on that Merkaba, man. So if they form their own circuit, man, they're forming their own realm, man. They're outside of this physical realm. Fibonacci. So 9 is the root. So if you're looking at Israel being a tree, You know, the root is with Jesse, right? You know what I'm saying? The root is with Dawid. The root is with Judah. The scepter will never depart. Then you know that 9 is the base. 9 is the root. Let's go. The root of the tree. The branches can never boast themselves above the root. Oh, what is time? What is time? You were born into space and time. Root. Oh, the number 9 is way above. So check it out. Let's check it out.
Number 9, 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 number 9.
And that's why we get the drop. 3, 6, and 9. We're talking keys because they are not physical. They're not in the physical realm. And that's what we mean by surfing the wave, man. We'll get much more from the physics of our Creator, man. Y'all keep surfing the wave and enjoy. Just enjoy your Shabbat, man. Get into a beautiful Zon mode and just keep surfing the wave. Ahchwa to the home team. Ahchwa, Drop Nation.